Hey, everybody. So, this is Rebecca with Red True Crime, and I am trying something a little different. I've never used the software before, so I am live right now, supposedly, Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So, I just got the notification that I am live on YouTube. So far, so good. So, you guys are getting a very unmake it plain view of me, and I apologize. It's Sunday. I'm tired, and I haven't put my face on yet. So, anyway, it's not about me, it's about the case at hand. So, yesterday, it was coming out that Larry Burton, elderly gentleman from Greensboro that walked away from a nursing facility on Moody Street on July 2nd or July 3rd. I'm a little hazy on which day it was. The person who was running that facility has been charged in his disappearance. Now, I say that, and it's not what you think it is. Um, he still hasn't been found. So let's be clear. He still has not been found. So we, to this day, do not know where Larry Burton even is. So let's show up a picture here so you guys can remind yourselves who he is. So that's Mr. Larry Burton, 74 years old. He has dementia, he has diabetes, and he has been missing since July 2nd. And he went missing from it went through a couple of names, but, the name it was actually under was HMF Family Home. That is where he went missing from. Kinda walked out, he had only been there a few days and left. This person here is Hazel May Foreman. She is the director of said nursing facility and has been charged. Let me put my glasses back on so I can read these right. Basically, legal action by department, adult home care without a license. Yeah, that's what she's been charged with. Hazel May Foreman. That is her right there on the screen. All right. So there's that. Now she goes back to court October 27th of this year. But I decided to look and see, what is the max penalty she could receive for running a facility without a license. And lo and behold, if she is found guilty, she gets a $50 fine. Tough penalty. So yeah, $50 fine. That's it. Now, I know the family is beyond grieved about all of this. They wanna know where he is. I don't think he's with us anymore. I think his remains are out there somewhere and they just haven't been found. Because when he went missing, we had these massive, um, heat waves, and there was also, right after that, massive storms with massive flooding in that area. So that's probably where he is. And I was mistaken because when I've talked about this before, I was like, "No, she's not the owner of the business," and it turns out she actually is. The woman who owns the house that they retrofitted to do this is Diane Smith, and she did use it as a home health facility for some time. But according to the state of North Car state of Secretary of State for North Carolina, Hazel registered the business in her name, labeled it, HMF LLC, which means Humble Me Forever. She formed the LLC May 1st, 2025. So she'd only been in charge maybe 2 months when this went down. Um, Now she had also had another family care home right up the street, and that one was called L&H Agape Family Care, and that was at 1200 Moody Street, and he went missing from HMF, family home at 1215 Moody Street. But let's get this straight here. I mean, she's not the only person that should be charged in any of this. That facility had not been licensed for 3 years when he went missing. And who was running it before her? I mean, I believe Diane Smith was because when she bought the property and converted it over to a facility, she and her husband were running it as a home care facility. So why is Diane Smith not getting charged? Why is the social worker from Cone Hospital not getting charged? Because they're the ones who told the family to put him there. They put him there. They didn't decide to put him there. Cone Health Social Work put him there. So the Department of Social Services has a lot of explaining to do. And heck, in my opinion, so does Cone. So there are more people who should be getting charged and blamed in this whole scenario other than Hazel May Foreman. I'm not trying to defend her, but I'm just saying it's not all on her. And while we're at it, he still hasn't been found. We're at almost 4 months of him missing, and he still hasn't been found. I'm sorry, 3 months of him missing. Where is he? And if he is unfortunately deceased, then there's wrongful death lawsuits that need to be filed. Cone, Hazel May, Diane Smith, the facility itself, all of that needs to come down because and Department of Social Services, all of them need to be charged, all of them. But that's just my take on all of that. So let's look at him. That's Larry Burton. If you happen to see him, call somebody because his family wants to know where he is. They want him back. They really do. And this whole thing where these facilities, these houses being converted over to facilities like this needs to have more oversight because I'll tell you when he first went missing, this let's see, Humble Me Forever was on multiple nursing care sites being advertised as a care facility. There needs to be more oversight. It seems like anybody, every Tom, Dick, and Harry can open up a facility like this and just do this. And the licensure of this might get checked. So that's not good. But that is Larry Burton. Remember him, look for him, and pray for him because the family wants him back. They want him back. And like I said, Hazel May, if she is found guilty of running this place without a license, which she will be because there was no license there for 3 years, $50 fine. That's all she gets. So, all right, y'all. So this is Rebecca with Red True Crime. I'm gonna hop off here and I might be back later, but right now, Larry Burton. Where is he? We gotta find him.